Hi everyone, welcome to another Codecast. This time I'm going to teach you how to work with AJAX in Rails. So for those who do not know what AJAX is, I have a tab here with the Rails Guides page open in the Working with JavaScript in Rails section. And the reason why is because it has a nice introduction to AJAX. So what is AJAX? JavaScript has two powerful features. One is to, I'm sure that you know already, which is to ability to change elements on the page, so doing like animations, like drop downs and such. And another cool feature that it has is the ability to make requests to a server in the background. So combining these two features, you have AJAX, and that basically allows you to update bits and parts of your application without having to do a full page refresh. Okay, so this is what AJAX is. So this is the app we're going to build, and it's a very simple one as usual. As you can see, it has no user authentication. It has only one controller and one model. Okay, so basically it has one resource. It allows you to create posts. So you have a title and a content field, and let's do a classic hello world here. Let me put world. Sorry. Okay, notice what happened. The page did not refresh. It didn't need it to refresh because it's using AJAX. So the request was done in the background, and then once the response was found, JavaScript made the changes to the web page. The same with the edit. If you see, if I just delete the hello and I update, the page still remains the same, just the element that changes, as well as the destroy. So you see, this is what I'm going to teach you today, is to do a CRUD AJAX. So create, read, update, and destroy actions, all with AJAX. So let's begin. Let me open the terminal here. Actually, let's start a new server. Let me come here. Let's create a new Rails app. Let's call it my AJAX. Okay. Rails new my AJAX. Okay. It's creating files, running the bundle. Okay. Since we just want a resource, let me first go to the AJAX app. Oh my god, AJAX. Okay, sorry about that. Since we're gonna just want a resource, we can use a scaffold for that. So Rails generate scaffold post, and we know we want a title, which is going to be a string, and a content field, which is going to be text. Okay, press enter. Okay, the files were generated. Now we just need to migrate. Since the scaffold created a migration, we just need to migrate the table. Okay, so create a table posts. It's all working well. Let's see if everything's working fine so far. Let me, while the server is updating, it's starting, let me open the Sublime text with our app. So my AJAX. Here we are. Let's go here to the config folder routes and create a root route. It's going to be posts index. Oh, I hate this. Okay. Posts index. Now let's go to the page and refresh. This was the old one. Okay, so you have a resource already working. Okay, post was successfully created, and here you have the post. Cool. So let's very fast and do some styling, okay, to the app. I'm going to do this by copying and pasting some code that I already have, but don't worry, because I'm going to explain each element, and it's just HTML. So I'm not going to touch in JavaScript. So it's fine. It's going to be just HTML, and I'm going to follow along on the where should you go to get the code for that. So let's begin here on the Sublime. I don't know why the Sublime tech is not opening. Okay. Let me close this. And let's go to Views, Layouts, Application, and paste these links from the Bootstrap. Okay. So I came here from the Getting Started section of Bootstrap. I copied these links here. Okay, paste it on the head section of your application.html file. And let's do some changes to our views. Okay, so let's do, as you've seen, we're gonna have a button and a model. Okay, if you go to the third component here on the right side, you have model. If you scroll down a bit, you will see a live demo. You see here, and this is exactly the code that we're going to use. So you press the button, a model appears, and if you click outside or on the close button, he hides it again. Okay, so we're going to use this, only that the code that I'm going to paste is already customized for our app. So let's delete all of this on the index page and create a new partial. Okay, I want to each post to be in a partial, to be rendered through a partial. So html.erb, my god, here we go. Okay, let's begin with the index page, and I'm going to paste the code here. Let me okay, this is the index, and don't freak out, this is just plain HTML. Everything is inside a container, and you have two rows. And the first one is the button, the new post, which actually targets the model. So when you press the new post, this model here is going to be shown. In this row, you have a render action to the post. So you are calling each post that we have is going to be rendered inside this div with the ID of container posts. And here we have a model inside a form, which then has these two fields that you've seen, the title and the content. So what you should make sure that you have is that the data target here, the ID is the same as the model. So my new post is the same as this ID here. And make sure as well that you have this post title class here and the post content, because we're going to use it later with AJAX. So this is for the index page. And now let's do the post. So post, this will be something like this. Okay. Paste it here. This should be HTML by default. I don't know what happened, but a small bug from Sublime. Okay, so here you can see here, this is all inside a div here, and it has an ID. So you're passing a unique identifier to each post, and I'm passing Ruby. As you can see, the same way you pass Ruby, you can pass inside IDs. So I'm referencing, and here I have the post title, the post content, and this is going to create that. All of this code is going to create that box that you see in the demo. So I have a time ago in words just here, and then an edit button, which you can see here, data target. It's the same as in the index page. I'm referencing the model here, my update post. Okay, so this ID is the same. It's the same ID as in the model. You can see here, ID. Then I have just a form. Yeah, you see that's the same. That's the form, and it is a method put. So you know that this form is not for create but to update because of the method. I forgot to mention the destroy link to there. And inside the form, we just have two fields, which are title and content. Very simple. Now let's refresh. Okay, first argument in form cannot be nil or empty. And the reason why is because if you noticed, I apologize. If you notice, we are in the index page, on the index action, okay? And this variable here, post, is not set in the index action. We only have the posts. So we have to set the post here. So post equals post.new. Now you can use the post here. Let's refresh. Okay, it's working. So let's see the styling that we did. Let's create one. Okay, it was created. Let's go back. And here you see, these are the little box that we just created. So we have finished styling the app. We can now move along to do some AJAX. So back in the Rails guides, there are some different ways that you can use AJAX, but by far the easiest way is to use the built-in helpers here, which are the form for, the form tag, and the link to. And the way to use it is just to pass a remote option and stating true. So this is saying to the controller to use a remote request, that you are using a remote request. The second step is to actually tell the controller not only to format .html and JSON, but as well to format as JS, so something actually like this, format.js. And the third step is to create a file here with the same name of the action that you're performing. And inside that the file, you're going to write some JavaScript to actually tell the browser what to do with the page. So actually do the animations and making new divs appear and all of this, all of that stuff. Okay. So this is the only thing you have to really remember is the three-step implementation of AJAX is. The first one is to add the remote true option here. So actually we're gonna do it live now. So this is the create form, and we are gonna pass the remote true option. This is the first step. Now the second step is the post controller. You go to the action that you are performing. In our case, is create, and you format as JS. You can format as JS here as well. And the last step, the third step, is to create a new file. Remember, it has to be the same name as the action, and the extension must be .js.erb. This is another Rails convention. The file has to be the same name as the action. Then, when the action is performed, it's going to run this file here. So to make a very quick example to see this working, I can just alert. I'm writing plain JavaScript here. I'm going to just alert post created. And let's test this, okay? Let's see, let's refresh, let's see what we have. Let's create our first post here. Press the create and see what happens. That file was run, so the alert post created was run. But notice what happens when I close the dialog box. It freezes it, and the reason is the browser don't know what to do anymore, so it stopped because he knows that you are doing a remote request, so it's going to run this file here, and you have to specify exactly what you want to do. If you just put this alert here, it just knows that it has to alert that, and after you close the dialog box, it doesn't know what to do anymore. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to actually write here the code that we want to be run. So the first thing we're going to do is to close the model. As we've seen, we want this model to be closed. So if we go here to the index page, you see why you have here the ID. Okay, so this model has this ID. So I'm going to use some jQuery. You can use jQuery as well. This is a jQuery selector, and I'm going to get my new post. That's the model. And we use .model. This is from the JavaScript of Bootstrap, and you put height. Okay. Now, remember this class is here, the post title, the post content. So after creation, we want to empty these text fields. Otherwise, when we, if we want to do another another post afterwards, the values of the previous post will remain there. So we want to actually reset the values from the input fields. The way to do this is to get that class. So post title dot val empty string. This is the quickest way to do it. I'm going to duplicate this since we have two text fields. It's a post content. Okay. Now we want to actually display another div, so another post. And as you see here in the indexed, we want to render another post. So we inside this div, of course. So we want to get this ID here. Okay, and we're gonna select container posts. Now we're gonna use a function of jQuery called prepend, which is actually the opposite of append. So it's going to add the element to the end of this div instead of the append, which is going to add the element to the beginning. Actually, I'm sorry, I said the other way around. So prepend is going to insert the element in the beginning of the div, and the append would actually add it to the ending. I apologize. So what do we want to prepend? How are you going to pass the post here? Very simply, you're going to write Ruby here, because you have an extension of .erb, so it's the same as the HTML.erb. You can place Ruby inside HTML, and in JavaScript is the same thing. You can place Ruby inside JavaScript. You just have to call the J command, so this is going to know that this is going to be done through JavaScript. And you press and you type render post. Okay, this is basically the same as this, as we're used to see to render partials, but you just have to put the J here. Okay, this is going to add the element there, but we want to do some. Let's finishing with some animation here. So get the post. If you see here on the partial, get that post. So we do post underscore post.id. Of course, this is Ruby, so it has to be inside the tag, the Ruby tags. Okay, so get the post that I just added. This is going to be the post that I just rendered here. So get the post that I just created, hide it, and then fade. Do a nice fade in effect. Okay, and we're done. This is all there is to create an element. Let's check what we have. Let's refresh. Let me destroy this. Refresh. Okay, let's do first AJAX some content. Let's see what happens. Perfect. Notice the page is not refreshing. Let's do another one. You see, the text fields have been resetted. Let's create another one. Perfect. You are now using AJAX to create posts. So this is the three-step implementation that you have to remember. So first thing, you add the remote true option to the form. Then you go to the controller. You format. You specify to format JS, and then you create a file under the, of course, the folder of that resource, and create a file with the same name of the action. So let's do the same for the update and destroy. Let's begin going for the partial. This is the form, the method, and we're gonna do remote true. Now we're going to the controller and we pass format.js, okay, and we create a file. Search, okay, update.js.erb. Okay, now here the first thing we want to do, of course, is close the model, so we know this is the ID of the model. Let's go to the update, jQuery selector, ID, my update underscore the post.id. Notice that here I need to reference the post object, okay, the post global variable post. So the same way as you did in the create, you hide it. Now, after you hide the model, what we want to do is to fade out the old one, remove it, and then fade in. Not fade in, but let's say add the other one, the new one. So we grab the post that we just edited. So it's pass Ruby here. So get that post and fade out. So this time we're going to pass a function here. So we want to remove the element and add another one only after the fade out effect is over. So to do that, we pass a function here, and we do the actual actions here. All the code that is inside the function is going to be run only after the fade out effect is completed. So we reference this dot remove. So this is referencing the element that is being fade out. So this dot remove after it's being after the effect is completed, and add the new one. So container posts. This is the div which contains all the posts. The same way, prepend, and here you're gonna pass some Ruby. Is J render post, like the same way. Okay, this should be working already. Let's refresh and see. First AJAX, let's edit. Okay, it opens the model, and notice that the values remain, because that's the point of updating. I want the values to persist. And let's put updating working. Press update. Perfect. You saw it was a fade out effect, and afterwards the element got removed and replaced by this one. So it's working. Let's do the last one, which is actually the easiest. So which is the destroy. So let's go to the post partial, the link to here. Remember, I thought you could use the remote through option in the built-in helpers, form for, form tag, as well as the link to. So you pass here remote true. You go to the controller. Remember, all the same 3 steps. Format.js, and create a new file here. Destroy.js.erb. And this one is actually this. I'm going to use this and change, because it's going to be just a little different. So actually I can use the same as the update. Instead, I just want to remove. So get the post that you just deleted when you press the link to button and fade out the element. And after the fade out effect is completed, remove. So if I refresh the page, see what happens when I click destroy? Perfect. You see, all of this is last AJAX. Let's create. All of this is AJAX. So it's all the requests are being made in the background, and then JavaScript updates the page. Let's do like this, update, and destroy. Okay, I think we're done. I think you'll find it very useful and actually easy to understand. It's very simple to use AJAX this way. So I hope you liked it, and see you again in another Codecast.